How to become a data analyst roadmap. Let's go. Month 1. Get to understand the basics of statistics and spreadsheets. Understand how numbers work in the real world and how Excel can be used to analyze these numbers. So you want to learn things like standard deviation, probability, variances, and Excel functions like SUMIF, sum, average, and VLOOKUP, as well as pivot tables, conditional formatting, etc. All these are going to be useful in learning how to analyze data with Excel. So on top of that, I recommend watching Simon Says IT's Excel course on YouTube as a good starting point. Then use what you've learned to analyze the data. So you can find free data sets on places like Kaggle or Google Datasets. Just pick a data set that you personally find interesting. For example, you can analyze the sales of a coffee shop and understand how many coffees were sold each month by converting the data set into a pivot table and finding out what the most sales were and the least sales were, and exploring some of the factors that are influencing these sales. Month 2. Learn the basics of SQL. So this means learning enough SQL to be able to clean the data and shape the data in a structure that makes it easy to analyze it. So understand what makes up a database and learn basic commands like the select statement, the where clause, group by, SQL joins, CTEs, and etc. If you want a free course on SQL, try looking into Alex the Analyst's SQL course on YouTube. After that, create a mini project using SQL to transform dirty data and then create a table out of it. And then write this data into a SQL table and then push this data into Excel for further analysis. You can have one tab for your analysis and findings and then another tab for the steps you took in cleaning the data in SQL. Maybe you can try a data set around customer purchases and use SQL to remove the duplicate records and missing rows. And then break down your SQL query into simple plain words so that anyone can understand what you've done. Month 3. Understand the basics of data analysis in Python. So this involves learning Python libraries like pandas, matplotlib, seaborn, and exploring how data analysis works inside a Jupyter notebook. If you want a free course on this, try looking into Free Code Camp's Pandas and Python data analysis video on YouTube. So maybe you can try finding a data set, like a HR data set, that lists all the employees of a company that have joined and left a firm in a fiscal year. And then you can read that data set into a pandas data frame and then use matplotlib to create a bar chart that shows all the employees on a month-by-month basis that left the firm and joined the firm. And then you can now pick the months that had the most employees leave or the most employees joining. And then you can create a hypothesis on what the reasons around that could be. Month 4. Learn data visualization and storytelling. So learn a BI tool like Power BI or Tableau, but most importantly, learn how to tell stories with data. This means using the insights on your dashboard to tell a story that makes it easy for business users to make decisions on. This is a powerful way of enabling business leaders and stakeholders to make decisions based on the insights that your dashboard has produced. And that's more effective than just learning Power BI or Tableau. So create a dashboard in Power BI and import the data from a SQL database and format the data using Power Query. And then once you're done with that, try to create a few measures that are useful for your data set, using DAX, of course. And you can try using financial data. So try forecasting, let's say, the next quarter or the next fiscal year. So find a data set around that. Month 5, prepare yourself for the role. So create a LinkedIn profile or optimize your existing LinkedIn profile. Try to get some interview questions ready, so you want them around Excel, Power BI, SQL, data visualization, data modeling, and also create a data portfolio. So you want to include about 4 to 5 strong, detailed projects. You can include the projects that you've completed up to this point. And then you can upload them to a website like Kaggle or GitHub for free. And each data portfolio must include an objective, a problem statement, and some of the solutions and steps you've taken to reach your analysis or your recommendations. If you want an example of a step-by-step project, I've actually completed one and uploaded it to YouTube. So it's titled Excel to Power BI Portfolio Project. So check out my YouTube channel if you want insight into that. That's going to include a step-by-step breakdown of everything we've discussed up to this point. I do want to mention a few pro tips. Create a roadmap for yourself. Everybody's journey is different, so try not to follow this too strictly. So what you want to do is just consider this as a guideline. And that goes for any other roadmap that you find online, whether that's on this platform or on other platforms, the same principle goes. You may complete certain sections within a month, or you may complete them longer than a month. That actually doesn't matter. All that matters is that you're learning at your own pace. List out all the sections that we've mentioned up to this point, and then order them from the weakest skill set to the strongest skill set. Then focus on the areas that you need the most improvement on, and then work your way up. And also use free online tools. There are different resources that can complement your learning for each month, like YouTube videos, boot camps, and even certifications. And also get a mentor. Find somebody who's got the experience in data analytics that you want, and use their experience to navigate your journey as a data professional. You can even write a checklist of all the things you want to see in this mentor, and then set your search on LinkedIn or even within your work environment and select somebody that suits that profile. Ask them for feedback on your data projects or advice on how to navigate different work scenarios. That's what they're there for. You want to use their experience to make sure that your trial and errors are reduced as much as possible. I'm currently mentoring a group of data analysts and data engineers who happen to get their first data roles through myself. And many of them have been promoted to senior positions, and they're still happy for me to mentor them. So let me know if you would like me to personally mentor you. And join an online community. Find an online group where you can ask questions, start interesting discussions, and even share your experiences and words of encouragement or motivational quotes, or even your failures or things you're struggling with. It's always important to connect with like-minded people that are experiencing the same things as you, so that you can engage and create your own networks and friendships from. So try places like Discord, LinkedIn, and Reddit. I've created a community where all this is possible with not just myself in it, but other data professionals. So let me know if you're interested in becoming a member. If you want me to create YouTube videos on each step of this, I'm more than happy to. Just let me know. But until then, stay blessed.